Welcome to the Life with Joey Calvo Podcast. I am Joey Calvo. Please continue to help support the victims of the California wildfires, as well as the Texas floods. They do still need our help through the rebuilding. Okay, so today I'm doing an impromptu podcast, and I apologize for this a moment. Okay, so today could be the last podcast. And the reason why I'm saying that today could be the last podcast is, as you know, I've been saying, I'm not working right now. And I've been managing to keep this podcast going to a point. And I feel that God wants me to continue with this podcast, but I need help. So I got a helper who is willing for this week alone, from October 17th, excuse me, till October 24th, willing to help with donation, being a special support for any donations received. And of course, you've heard, that this podcast has a number one fan, a number one supporter, and she is a real life superheroine, and her name is American Fox. And here she is. So, American Fox came to me and said, Joey, I'm gonna help you try to get donations for the podcast because I enjoy them and I love giving questions for these podcasts. And I'd like to see this podcast going. So I am offering, and so this is how we worked it out. If you donate $50 to the podcast, to the GoFundMe campaign, you will get an autographed photo, but you have to allow 3 weeks by email, of American Fox. So, every $50 donation, put your email address in the donate, when you donate, in the messages there, leave your email address so that way we can send you the autographed picture of American Fox. Now, and that pose is not the one you're getting, just to let you know. There's a better pose of her. For $250, there's a special Halloween American Fox that I helped generate for Halloween. And that will be autographed for you for $250. And again, please allow 3 weeks to be received by email. Now, the biggest part of it all, if you donate $1,000, because God wants me to continue with this podcast as much as American Fox would like to see this podcast going as well. Well, I can't guarantee that American Fox will appear for this, but one goal that I do have is having events like meet and greets where you get to meet former guests of the podcast. And in reference to, hold on a minute. There we go. All right, do it this way. And we'll take this off a moment. So, in reference to this, if you donate $1,000, in the messages you would put your name and your email address, and you will receive one ticket to the podcast meet and greet in Atlantic City. Now, the only thing is you would have to provide your own transportation. If you're going to stay there, provide your own in reference to that. But you will get a VIP ticket to the meet and greet. And like I said, I can't guarantee that American Fox will be there, but the dates and the guests that will appear will be announced when you receive your ticket by email. You'll get the list of who's going to be there. Okay. I have some possible guests, but I would like to show that everything is all set before I have them come. But definitely $1,000 donation gets you into it. Now, if we get 200 donations of $1,000 each, okay, then not only will you get one ticket, you'll actually get 2 tickets to the meet and greet by email. Again, dates and guests to be announced. And I can't guarantee American Fox will be there for the meet and greet. But they will get a VIP list. Each guest that does come will get a VIP list, and you'll be able to take a free selfie with them, because at the meet and greet, they may charge for autographs and selfies and so on. So the VIP with the $1,000 gets you into the meet and greet, gets you the selfie, and gets you the autograph picture as well. And I would let the guests know at that time in reference to it. Now, if we do get 200 donations of $1,000 each, there may be a bonus thrown in later. I'm still working on the idea of it. But as of right now, you're getting 2 tickets. Of course, you have to provide your own transportation to the event in Atlantic City. And like I said, the date and times will be announced later on, and who will be there. I would be happy if American Fox was there. We all would. Because her and I have a reason for it. So I can say that. But if we can get 200 donations of $1,000 between October 17th and October 24th, it's going to happen, folks. Okay? God wants me to really continue with this podcast. And I'm enjoying this podcast. I mean, we have a great group coming up between next Thursday up till December 18th. And one of the guests, and I definitely will say, on October 29th at 7 o'clock Eastern, I will actually have on this podcast provided nothing goes wrong or, she reschedules, I am going to have one of the adult actresses and wrestlers who portrayed Ultra Girl, and that's model Constance. That is on October 29th. So, if you would like to see her come to the meet and greet, there's a reason I donated $1,000. Matter of fact, a year ago, we had Liz River on this podcast, and she was getting ready to do Exotica New Jersey, and she will be at Exotica New Jersey starting Friday the 24th until Sunday the 26th at the Exotica New Jersey Expo in Edison, New Jersey. So you have to Google. I don't remember what the website was for it, but if you'd like to see Liz River come to the meet and greet, then make $1,000 donation, and then, like I said, if we get 200 people, you'll have 2 tickets, and you and your guests will each have an autographed picture of the guests at the meet and greet, as well as a selfie with them, and maybe more. Like I said, there is one more thing I'm working at during that meet and greet weekend. So definitely, every donation helps. And I do my best to keep these podcasts going. And especially now, and I can say this because I would love to have this happen. Matter of fact, we are working on making it happen. Hopefully by January 2026. And we already have our first podcast already scheduled for January of 2026. It was a reschedule. Matter of fact, what was supposed to be this Wednesday, Steve Turner has postponed until January 8th of 2026. Time to be determined. But I have reached out to a local TV station and radio station combined here in Philadelphia, and we are going to, hopefully before the end of this month, and if enough donations come in, be a member of this organization to where we will be able to live stream not only here on YouTube, but also on radio, as well as TV in Philadelphia. And so this is the opportunity for you folks to help this podcast really expand. The opportunities have been coming, but they fall short because we don't have the revenue to do it with. And the commercials that I put on this podcast, you can see them, but you can't hear them. But if you go back to the previous podcasts that they're on and you call the number, then this podcast can make some money off of them. But definitely, if you're a big fan of American Fox, here's the opportunity for you to support this podcast, because she is the number one fan, number one supporter, and she does send questions for the guests. Believe it or not, she does. So this is the opportunity to really get out there. And this is only for this week alone. It started actually yesterday, but I didn't have the strength to get this podcast done, and I wanted to get this done right away. But you have until the 24th, which is Friday, to go on the GoFundMe campaign. And again, here is the there we go. And the GoFundMe link is right there. And so go on there, make your donation. If it's $50, please give your email address so we can send you the autographed picture of American Fox. If it's $250, please give your email address as well so we can send you the special Halloween edition picture of American Fox that was done for her. And if you're going to donate $1,000, please give your name as well as your email address so that way we can send you the ticket to the meet and greet when it happens. Date and guests will be announced at that time when you receive the email. It will also be announced on this podcast as well. Every donation is going to help keep this podcast going. Okay. I believe that God has this podcast for me to continue the rest of my life with. It's hard to get a job. I mean, my health is declining left and right. We're finding out more things about me that some are not good, some are tolerable, and some are to manage. Right now, in reference to job hunting, it's been hard to get a job because of these podcasts. So like I said, I believe God wants me to continue with these podcasts to entertain. And he's opened up these doors that I want to walk into. But I can't do them alone. I need help. Especially the TV and the radio station here in Philadelphia. They're ready for me. They're ready for me to walk in and say, okay, here's the studio. Welcome. Go for it. And I will tell you, for me to get in there for January, I have to get in there before the end of this month to be able to get on the TV schedule as well as the radio schedule. So that's why we have this week alone to ask for your help. And like I said, American Fox is ready to sign autographs for donations from $50 and for $250. And hopefully could be at the meet and greet for you to be up close and personal. She is this, like I said, she is this podcast's number one fan, number one supporter. And she's a real life superheroine. She goes out, she fights crime. She is American Fox 24/7. So, you want to meet her in person? Please donate $1,000. And you'll get a ticket, and hopefully, right now I can't guarantee that she'll be there. But I can definitely say that if we get enough donations for the meet and greet, okay, you'll have one ticket, VIP. So you'll be able to get a selfie with the guests that will be at that meet and greet on the date and time, date, location, to be announced. Guests will be announced. And again, Would I like to see American Fox there? Yes. But I need help. I can't do this alone. So if you can donate $1,000, when you donate the $1,000 to the GoFundMe page, give your name, your email address, and when the date and guests are announced, you will get that VIP ticket set up, and you'll be on a list that each guest will have, and that when you show your VIP ticket to the guests, they will give you an autographed picture as well as you taking a selfie. Now, if we get 200 donations, you would get 2 tickets. Your guests will also get the same thing. Okay. And like I said, if we get more than 200 donations of $1,000 each, even with the 200 donations, I am looking at something extra to go with this that you'll be able to still be up close and personal with the guests of the meet and greet. So every donation helps. I would love to see 200 donations of $1,000, because I would love 200 people, or possibly 400 people, get an opportunity to be up close and personal with former guests of this podcast, and maybe even becoming new fans of guests of the podcast. Okay? Because we want to expand this podcast. Like I'm saying, and like I'm telling you, I believe that this is what God wants me to continue with. I think this is how he's planning this. And if you believe like I believe in reference to this, that this will continue, make your donation. And believe me, especially during this week alone, if we can get 200 donations of $1,000 each, this podcast will be set. Literally set. We would be on radio, TV, not only here in Philadelphia, but the opportunities to be out in Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, LA, and Seattle, at least to start. We would be on the radio 1 hour a week in those markets, besides Philadelphia. And definitely, you'll be able to stream them. If you're not in those markets, you'll be able to stream them, because I will give you the link to the station's website to where you'll be able to live stream it. And I'll also be able to tell you what times the podcast will be on in those markets in reference to it as well. So, I mean, every opportunity that God has given me, that God's opening the door to, is what he wants me to take. And again, I can't do this alone. I can't afford to do it right now. And I really want to continue this podcast because it's actually getting to be more fun. I mean, if you saw the last podcast I did on the 14th with Lori Kay, we were talking about a radio interviewer, a radio legend in a way. Okay? we talked about her last interview with John Lennon before he was shot and killed on December 8th, 1980. And all the other rock and roll stars that she got to know. She got to be friends with Peter Tork, the late Peter Tork of the Monkees. If you want to see podcasts like that continue, okay, this is the week to really take action. And if God is tugging at you to say, hey, if you like this podcast, help support it. American Fox will thank you. I'll tell you that. American Fox will thank you if you donate at least $50. She'll thank you with an autographed picture of her by email. Okay? And then you can print it up and put it up on your wall. And I know you won't get it for Halloween, but if you donate $250, there's a special Halloween picture of American Fox that I did, that I helped generate, and she'll autograph that for you as well. And you have to allow 3 weeks as well. Like I said, you won't get it for Halloween, but you have it for next Halloween. But definitely, if you can, if you can donate $1,000, then you'll get, like I said, you'll get a VIP ticket to the meet and greet in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The only thing is you have to provide your own transportation there. You'll get an autograph and a selfie of each guest that'll be announced at the meet and greet. Okay? You will, if 200 people donate $1,000 within this week, okay, then you get 2 tickets to the meet and greet. Okay? 2 tickets. And then your guest gets the same thing you get. The autograph and the selfie with the guest that'll be announced when you receive those tickets. You will get the opportunity to be up close and personal with these guests. Like I said, I can't guarantee American Fox right now, but if we get enough donations that we could do it and everything goes right, American Fox could be there. And if we get the 200 donations, there may be even more to that the VIPs will get if they donate $1,000. Like I said, that's something I'd like to work on. And matter of fact, I'm thinking, I've been working on it, on the idea of it. That'll be announced when you receive the tickets. So hopefully the opportunity arises, and that hopefully everybody can really be a part of this. Because, like I believe that God wants me to continue this podcast. I believe this is what God's calling is for me. And I want to be able to continue God's call. If this is what God wants me to do, I want to do it for the rest of my life. But I can't do it without you. So please share this video with all your social media, especially during this week. And if we can do it, God has blessed you. American Fox will thank you. as will I, and you'll be rewarded the best way. I would love to have you there for the meet and greet in Atlantic City. I would love to make that happen. Okay? $1,000 is a lot, but it may be worthwhile for you, especially the guests that, come to that will be there for the meet and greet. Because the guests I'd like to have would be amazing. I mean, literally amazing. And I definitely, most definitely, would be happy if American Fox was there. But we have to make it happen first. So this is the opportunity, and I come to you, watchers and listeners and followers. Please share this, especially during this up till Friday. Every donation helps, and I would be blessed if everything happens. Otherwise, this is the last podcast you may see. And if you want the podcast to continue, the link's right there. Click on it and make your donation. Because I believe that this is what God wants me to do. God wants me to entertain. I think he told me I did enough work over the past 40 years. And he believes that this is better. So, please, from the bottom of my heart, if you would like this podcast to continue, especially for the guests that are coming, that especially Constance on the 29th, and I can't wait to have her on and chat with her about Ultra Girl and being a female wrestler and stuff. I mean, here's the opportunity, folks. Help me keep these podcasts going. Help me take this podcast to higher levels. Okay? That's all I can ask. And I thank you in Jesus' glorious name for all your assistance in advance. I also thank you for watching this podcast, following it, subscribing to it. And I pray that this podcast will continue. And may God bless you all.